Hello my dear friends, today I'm talking about Chiron asteroid. It's working in Zodiac Signs and houses in Natal chart. Chiron is a figure from Greek mythology who is commonly known as the wounded healer. He was a centaur, a creature with the upper body of a human and the lower body of a horse. Chiron was known for his wisdom and skill in medicine, and he was also a great teacher and mentor to many of the heroes of Greek mythology. According to the myth, Chiron was accidentally wounded by an arrow that was dipped in the poison blood of the Hydra, a monstrous creature that was killed by the hero Heracles. As an immortal, Chiron could not die from his wound, but he suffered pain that could not be healed. In astrology, Chiron is a celestial body that is often referred to as the wounded healer or the maverick. Chiron is classified as a comet or an asteroid and is located between Saturn and Uranus in the outer solar system. Its orbit is irregular and elliptical, and it takes about 50 years to complete one cycle around the Sun. In astrological interpretation, Chiron is often associated with healing and transformation, particularly in the areas of physical and emotional pain. It is also linked to the concept of the wounded healer, where individuals who have experienced their own trauma and suffering can use their experience to help others. Chiron's placement in a personal natal chart can provide insights into where they may have experienced emotional wounding of trauma, but also where they have the potential for healing and growth. Here is a brief overview and potential influence for each zodiac sign where the Chiron can be placed. Chiron in Aries may indicate a wound or trauma related to assertiveness, independence, or leadership. However, it can also suggest the potential for healing through taking action, developing courage, and being true to oneself. Chiron in Taurus may indicate a wound or trauma related to self-worth, material security, or sensuality. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through cultivating self-value, finding beauty in the present moment, and creating stability in one's life. Chiron in Gemini may indicate a wound or trauma related to communication, intellectual pursuits, or social connections. However, it can also suggest the potential for healing through developing curiosity, building bridges between people, and communicating with authenticity. Chiron in Cancer may indicate a wound or trauma related to emotional vulnerability, family dynamics, or nurturing. However, it can also suggest the potential for healing through developing emotional intelligence, creating a sense of home and belonging, and nurturing oneself and others. Chiron in Leo may indicate a wound or trauma related to creativity, self-expression, or identity. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through developing self-confidence, expressing oneself authentic character, and recognizing one's unique gift and talents. Chiron in Virgo may indicate a wound or trauma related to perfectionism, health, or service. It can also suggest the potential for healing through cultivating self-care, embracing imperfection, and using one's skills and knowledge to help others. Chiron in Libra may indicate a wound or trauma related to relationships, balance, or harmony. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through developing healthy relationships, finding inner balance, and working towards social justice and equality. Chiron in Scorpio may indicate a wound or trauma related to intimacy, power dynamics or transformation. It can also suggest a potential for healing through exploring the depth of one's emotions, facing fears, and using one's power for positive change. Chiron in Sagittarius may indicate a wound or trauma related to belief systems, exploration, or higher learning. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through expanding one's perspective, finding meaning and purpose, and exploring new frontiers through learning, teaching, or traveling. Chiron in Capricorn may indicate a wound or trauma related to authority, achievement, or responsibility. It can also suggest the potential for healing through developing self-discipline, achieving one's goal, and using one's influence to create positive change. Chiron in Aquarius may indicate a wound or trauma related to individuality, innovation, or community. It can also suggest the potential for healing through embracing one's uniqueness, working towards social progress, and using technology and science for the greater good. Chiron in Pisces may indicate a wound or trauma related to spirituality, creativity, or compassion. It also suggests the potential for healing through cultivating empathy, developing intuition, and connecting with a higher power or sense of purpose. The house placement of Chiron in a person's natal chart can give additional insight into where they may experience emotional wounding or trauma, but also where they have potential for healing and growth. Here it's a brief description. Chiron in the first house may indicate a wound or trauma related to identity, self-image, or physical appearance. It also can suggest the potential for healing through developing self-awareness, self-acceptance, and strong sense of personal identity. Chiron in the second house may indicate a wound or trauma related to self-worth, financial security, or possessions. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through developing a healthy relationship with money and material possessions, and cultivating self-value independent of external factors. Chiron in the third house may indicate a wound or trauma related to communication, learning, or sibling relationships. It also can suggest a potential for healing through developing effective communication skills, pursuing education and personal growth, and building positive relationships with siblings and neighbors. Chiron in the fourth house may indicate a wound or trauma related to home and family, emotional security, or childhood experiences. It can also suggest the potential for healing through creating a sense of emotional security and stability, healing family relationships, and building a strong sense of inner foundation. Chiron in the fifth house may indicate a wound or trauma related to creativity, self-expression, or romantic relationships, or relationship with children. It also can suggest the potential for healing through developing self-confidence, embracing one's unique creative expression, and cultivating healthy relationships with loved ones, with lovers, children, on mutual respect and love. Chiron in the sixth house may indicate a wound or trauma related to health, work, or daily routine. Also can suggest the potential for healing through developing self-care practices, finding fulfilling work, and using one's skills and knowledge to help others. Chiron in the seventh house may indicate a wound or trauma related to relationships, partnerships, or finding balance. It can also suggest the potential for healing through developing healthy and equal partnerships, learning to compromise, and finding inner balance between the self and others. Chiron in the eighth house may indicate a wound or trauma related to intimacy, trust, or transformation. It also can suggest a potential for healing through exploring one's inner depths, facing fears, and transforming pain into strength. Chiron in the ninth house may indicate a wound or trauma related to belief systems, higher education, or travel. It also can suggest a potential for healing through expanding one's perspective, exploring different cultures and belief systems, and finding a personal philosophy or sense of purpose. Chiron in the 10th house may indicate a wound or trauma related to career, public image, or authority. It also can suggest a potential for healing through using one's influence for positive change, achieving personal goals, and finding a fulfilling career that aligns with one's values. Chiron in the 11th house may indicate a wound or trauma related to social groups, community involvement, networking, or personal goals, friends, relationships. However, it can also suggest a potential for healing through finding a sense of belonging and connection within one's community, working towards social justice and equality, and pursuing personal aspirations. Chiron in the 12th house may indicate a wound or trauma related to spirituality, inner healing, or subconscious patterns. However, it can also suggest potential for healing through developing spiritual skills. Where do you have Chiron in your natal chart? In which sign and in which house? I'm waiting your comments. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.